Hey guys, welcome back to Bhavishya Speaks. I'm your host Pintu Bhattacharya, and today we are going to touch about a topic which is how to move on. Yes, how to move on is a question which definitely comes in everybody's minds who have recently got a breakup. Yeah, I'm not about moving on from one place to another place. That is a different move on. I'm talking about the relationship move on. Yeah, relationship move on. So apparently this was my second relationship which didn't work. Not that proud of it, but yeah, it had to happen. And I guess some of you also would have happened a lot of breakups and a lot of things. But for me, why I'm trying to touch this topic is because I thought of understanding and knowing you all guys also. If somebody who is watching this video might have their own uh, opinions, and also if not, then I would definitely watch this video after 2 3 years or whenever I want to, that I can see how I was whining, yapping new words, Gen Z words, which I am also Gen Z. So yeah, how to move on basically. So when it was my first relationship at school times, when I was a kid, still I am, that time I was thinking it would be the last relationship of my life, and it happened to be not. But yeah, no regrets. I got a second person in my life, and that also I thought that this person would be last person of my life, but it didn't. It happens. No regret. So the thing, how to move on is a question how you are stable emotionally, support wise, logically, financially, and a lot of things. So there are multiple things in a spectrum where you think, let's say, a human is tend to have multiple feelings, multiple thoughts, multiple activities in a day, but we prioritize those things from our mind. Okay, this is necessary, this is not, this is not, this is necessary, this is not, this is not, this is necessary. So by that, relationship has to be the priority one, number one, because in relationship you have to maintain that efforts. You have to make sure that without effort, without a day, there is like a good morning and a good night message should be there. So those efforts, those priorities is as it was the top of it. So moving on would also take some time, as it is like, as you know that to move on, like, you have to constantly have two things: either get a new partner, which would be your though that you know that is when you break up and you get a new partner, and you, that word I'm not getting, but there is a word for that after relationship partner which you get, and you, it is just a partner for your comfort, I guess. And second thing, you can have good friends, you can do some activities. You, if you're in college, you would have all gopias and kanhas, so you don't have to worry about it. So this has to be there. But the people who don't have friends, who don't have people to speak about, who don't have things to do, there it comes a problem. Just not like me, but I could have turned into that, because now my college is over, I'm a working professional, and in working, where I work, I cannot share personal things, because you are bound to work in a corporate environment where you are only supposed to be talking about your work and not personal life. But yeah, you could have good friends in your office also, and then you can whine about it. So that's a different part. And I have got a friend of mine from childhood, so that is not an issue for me. But the issue is that you cannot also call him or her after every day, or just for your comfort, that, oh bro, I am not feeling good, I am feeling that. So you have to find a coping mechanism for your own self. So for me, how it happened is, for the first relationship, it took me 2 years because of COVID. Yeah, that was like multiple things were piling up, so it happened to be. But this relationship, which is ended around 7 months ago, it's still a tough job for me to move on. But yeah, I'm slowly moving on because first thing I think that we have to cut off completely, because if we don't cut off now, we get hopes. Like I was, I'll not lie, I was blocking and unblocking and then messaging her so that I can meet her. She also did the same thing. So to move on, one of us has to be tough. Like either she has to be tough or me, I have to be tough. So now I thought I would be tough, because I guess she would move on. She would have moved on yet, and I am not, or she would have not moved on yet, and she's thinking I have moved on. So those things are there. But the main thing is that you, as a person, you have to know that if it didn't work, it didn't work. You cannot cry. The person who took 2 years to move on, he's saying you cannot cry. You can cry sometimes, but yeah, as you're working, you should not take out in your work, because it can affect your work also. But why I'm saying this? Because I feel it's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard to move on from anything. It's hard from anything. Like sometimes things are not specifically hard to get moved on. Like what if, let's say, there was one thing I liked the most, but now I don't like it. So that is not the thing. But a person, you cared about that person, you loved about that person loved you more. So that thing's a very bad thing when you have to move on and when you have to find another partner. I'm not looking out for any partner, but still, I might have to look for a partner, because at the end, uh, if I could have leave, if I could have live alone, yeah, then I would have never got two partners, not at the same time, but in a different time period. So I got to know that I am not that type of a person, or maybe after this breakup I could be. I don't know. This is the time when I figure out about myself, that what I want exactly and what I don't. So I also hope that you also guys would have been in this situation. You can comment it out how you have coped it up. What was your coping mechanism, and that's it. I know it's not a foolproof video which I'm talking about or whatever I'm saying, but yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you for watching Bhavishya Speaks. You comment about what you want to know more. You want to dig deep about my life. I would be happy not to share all the personal details, but the tip of the iceberg, because personal details cannot be shared in real life to anybody, because it's a vulnerable, vulnerable thing to share. You should also not share it at the extent where you can stop it, because we are thinking that we, by sharing all those things, are doing good, but it's not. You should always try to keep things which you can keep it. Any which ways you cannot, I know, but still, if you can, you should. If you can, it's not a compulsion thing. It's just that be private if you can. The person who is trying to say, he has said these things, and he is now saying be private. So don't obey everything what I said. Just, I'm also learning things. Okay, so I might go private someday in my time, but I think being private is good. That's my thing for now, but I don't know, because I'm extrovert. I was extrovert, so I'm also public. Like I like to be public, so I don't know that, but I'll figure it out. But don't share your personal information. What I trying to say, and I'm not sharing my personal information. Am I sharing it? I don't know, but you can comment it out. I'm so confused. So you are. So bye bye. Thank you for watching Bhavishya Speaks. I would definitely come with the next video someday. And let's still then subscribe to it, like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye. It's a Pasina.